What is up, my fellow gamers, geeks, and nerds? My name is Senny with SennyGamingHQ, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Gamescom, coming in just tomorrow, actually. And there's actually been a supposed leak of what's going to be announced for World of Warcraft at this Gamescom. And if this is to be believed, then we're in for some nice treats here. Alright, so without further ado, let's take a deep dive and look at it together and we'll discuss it. So this post comes from a guy who says that a friend of a friend works with Gamescom each year and tends to get 1 or 2 juicy bits. This year he found out the announcements for WoW and Heroes of the Storm as follows. So supposedly Blizzard is going to announce that WoW has hit 10 million plus subscribers again. And this is kind of odd to me because it seemed like after WoD, or during WoD, they stopped announcing their subscription numbers, right? And then they said Legion's doing well, but they still didn't release a number. And now, all of a sudden, they decide to. I don't know, I'm a little skeptical about this, but it remains to be seen. I mean, who knows, maybe 10 million and they feel, you know, just over the moon again, like, hey, we hit that number again, like, congrats to us, you know? So maybe not, because why break that new tradition they just came up with now, right? Patch 8.1, the Tides Whispers, that is the name of the event, featuring a 9-boss raid set in Nazjatar. Now, for those of you out there like me, we have been waiting for Nazjatar and Azshara for so long. I've always felt Azshara deserved her own expansion, personally. Hi, Sylvanas. Sylvanas is talkative. I've always felt that Azshara deserved her own expansion. I felt like she's been a well-established villain in the lore that, you know, ever since Cataclysm, I figured the next one would be Azshara, because it seemed like every expansion was featuring a big bad. You know, it was Burning Crusade, Illidan, Wrath of the Lich King was Arthas, Cataclysm was Deathwing. So I figured it might have been Azshara at some point, but after Cataclysm they strayed from that typical big bad villain announcement in the cinematics. So at this point it's not going to happen, and you know, we're probably just going to get that that Azshara treatment that what's his face got, that Gul'dan got in the Nighthold, and that Xavius got in the Emerald Nightmare, where she's just going to be the end boss of a mid-tier raid. So that's a little unfortunate if so. I always felt she deserved her own expansion as the big bad leading into the N'Zoth expansion, but it is what it is. And in this new release, it says that there's going to be 2 new dungeons, also set in Nazjatar, and a daily quest hub. The patch trailer is narrated by N'Zoth, which is going to be extremely cool. The only time you've ever heard from N'Zoth is in Hearthstone, when you play his card and you can hear him talk. It says that Kultiran humans and Zandalari trolls as allied races once you get exalted with the Nazjatar Resistance, the faction associated with the quest hub. Now this is a little disappointing because I know a lot of us right now currently in the live version are farming our asses off trying to get to exalted for multiple reps. And I mean, it's annoying that we're gonna have to, that there's another reputation that's coming up that we're gonna have to do it again. So for a lot of people, it's like, what's the incentive of doing the rep farming now? If that's true, if this is true, this is how you're gonna get it, then that's a little frustrating. But it's not much we can do. Blizzard seems hell-bent on making you farm rep the long way in order to get allied races. Supposedly all of this is going to be available on the PTR in late October. And then at some point the devs are going to say, so after we go to Nazjatar, then what? The question will be asked on stage. Followed by artwork on screen of a bloodied Anduin Rin and a Banshee form Sylvanas running/flying at each other. And supposedly there's going to be more details of this at BlizzCon. So if this is to be believed, that makes me think that, you know, patch 8.1, which is being announced for Gamescom, is going to be the next raid and whatnot, where we fight Azshara after Uldir is all done. And then after that, we're going to really get into the faction war, which to me personally, I love the red versus blue faction war stuff. I love it. That's been ever since I started playing Warcraft 2. that to me is what Warcraft is. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like all the other added lore that came in from Warcraft 3 and whatnot. Like, I love old god lore. Old gods, I love that stuff. But for me, what takes the cake is the faction war. I really love it, and I love to see the character development that way. So if we get a teaser showing that that's coming, that's going to be really exciting for me personally. And I'm so looking forward to BlizzCon. And then, to top that all off, it says here that a Gen Greymane cinematic a la Old Soldier is shown, featuring Gen, Catherine Proudmoore, and Talia. And, you know, that's really exciting to see a full-fledged cinematic dedicated to them, because a lot of people were saying Horde favoritism for Varrock Sourfang getting his own, and so it's really neat to see that someone like Gen is getting their own as well. And apparently that is all that is going to be announced at Gamescom, which is like, if this is all true, it's going to be very exciting. Now, the thing that seems like this could be legit is that the person also announced Heroes of the Storm will be getting a new hero, Mephisto, for Diablo 2, and a Heaven and Hell event. And we've already seen this leak come out, so if this is true, then you can take this with a little more than just a grain of salt, right? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about the leak in the comments below. Do you think this is all trustworthy, or maybe some of it is right, maybe some of it isn't? I mean, regardless, I think we're going to see something about Ashara, obviously, and maybe about the Kul Tiran and Zendalari allied races. Apart from that, I don't know what else to think about it. I mean, it seems very promising, and I hope I would like to see all these announcements at Gamescom. So let me know what you guys think about it down below. Hope you guys are all having fun out there right now in Battle for Azeroth, you know, in the new zones and everything. I know I am. I'm really enjoying it. The only thing that's getting a little dreadful for me is constantly doing the daily quests, the world quest for the Honor Bound for 75 repa quests. So it's a little dragged out, but I'm determined. I'm gonna get those Magheart Orcs, and then I'm gonna move over to the Alliance side, and I'm gonna get those Dark Iron Dwarves, because I really want a Dark Iron Dwarf Warrior and a Magheart Orc Warrior. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you like the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you guys around here in the future. Ciao.